Central bank denies currency. I'm Rico Bulford, and this is Uncut News. Do you see what's happening? Send us a tip on WhatsApp at 592-659-6151. Despite complaints from members of the business community, the Bank of Guyana has denied that there is a shortage of foreign currency, especially the US dollar. The governor of the Bank of Guyana, Dr. Gobin Ganga, refuted the claims and suggested that hoarding may be the reason people, businesses, and some commercial banks are making this claim. Dr. Ganga said he was in talks with the management of at least one commercial bank on Wednesday morning, and there is no report of a shortage. However, the president of the GCCI, Timothy Tucker, took to Facebook on Tuesday to complain that he had been waiting for 2 weeks to get US dollars from a local bank for a wire transfer to pay a supplier. Tucker was adamant that the Bank of Guyana needs to seriously reform its monetary policies to encourage more interbank/bank-to-bank transfers and the sale of US dollars. He also brought into sharp focus another troubling issue at Republic Bank, where they charge a 9% fee to facilitate each transaction, while the central bank is slow and sometimes reluctant to approve foreign currency accounts. That's very true. 2 Brazilian men have been arrested after a helicopter and illegal mining camps were discovered in the New River Triangle area of South Rupununi, Region 9. A joint services team conducting surveillance of the area spotted the camps and arrested a licensed Brazilian pilot and a 29-year-old Brazilian miner. Several other males suspected to be Brazilians managed to escape. Among the items found were shotguns, cellular phones, and documents. However, nothing else illegal was found. Investigations are ongoing. SOCU has issued wanted bulletins for 8 individuals as part of a money laundering and financial crimes investigation. Those wanted are 34-year-old Raul James of Karakara Housing Scheme in Linden, 25-year-old Khadijah Long of Wizrock Housing Scheme, also in Linden, 27-year-old Akeem Powers of Victory Valley, Linden, 38-year-old Melissa Williams of Karakara Housing Scheme, Linden, 26-year-old Cassandra McLean, also of Karakara, Leon Williams, 38 years old, and he also hails from Karakara, 25-year-old Aubrey Fraser of Karakara, and 25-year-old Denzel Muir, who's from, you guessed it, actually he's from Mucka Arcadia. Anyway, SOCU has not yet provided any details about the alleged offenses or the timeline, but is asking anyone with information about the whereabouts of the 8 individuals to contact SOCU or the nearest police station. The Ministry of Home Affairs has recorded a 100% increase in fatal accidents between January 1st and February the 18th, compared to the same period in 2022, with reckless driving behavior being cited as the primary cause. The ministry is appealing to all Guyanese to exercise caution when using the road, and they are currently undertaking a collaborative effort to promote road safety. A study titled Piloting the LGBTI Inclusion Index in Guyana reviewed the state of inclusion of LGBTI persons in Guyana, and according to the United Nations-sponsored study, they found significant gaps in economic empowerment, education, and personal safety and violence in Guyana. SASOD said they will use the reports to push for new laws or legislative amendments, including amending the Prevention of Discrimination Act to explicitly cater for the prevention of workplace discrimination on the grounds of one's sexual orientation, gender identity, and gender expression. It's February, so how about you do something special for your first love? Your truck. Powered Automotive stocks a huge range of parts from the best brands in the business. Show your truck some love today. Visit them at Lot 491 EE Eccles, or call or WhatsApp them on telephone number 697-0171. Save big on truck parts at Powered Automotive, the #1 heavy-duty truck parts store in Guyana. Now it's time to tell you about Best Buy's Car of the Week. Currently on sale is 2020 Toyota Raze. It's almost brand new, and it comes with Toyota safety sense, Bluetooth, mud rims, new tires, TV, CD, LED lighting, fog lamps, back camera, and much, much more. Buy cars for $6 million. Or pay as low as $1.2 million down with around $160,000 monthly for 5 years, and it is yours. Call or WhatsApp 662-0844 for more info. Visit the showrooms at Lot 171 Peter Street, Queenstown, or Lot 2 Lamar Street, and tell them we can send you for this sweet deal. Tired of waiting on hold, tracking down a delivery driver, or carrying cash for your food orders? GT Eat is here to make your life easier. Guyana's first cashless food ordering and delivery app. Choose from Georgetown's top restaurants, pay securely with your card, and get your food delivered right to your doorstep. With the convenience of being able to order from your phone and the added feature of tracking your order, GT Eats is the ultimate solution for all your food needs. Download the app on Apple and Android stores and start ordering the easy way today. Guyana has been suspended from the Extractive Industries Transparency Initiative for failing to submit its fourth report on the extractive industry and transparency in Ghana. EITI requires its members to disclose information along the extractive industry value chain, but Ghana fell short in meeting the deadline for the submission of its fourth GYEITI report. The government has not made a public statement on the issue, and the suspension could impact foreign investment in the nation. Jagdeo recently spoke at the World Sustainable Development Summit in New Delhi, India, advocating for initiatives for forest-rich nations to preserve their forests. He emphasized the importance of finding a balance between exploiting forest resources for development and preserving them for climate solutions. Jagdeo highlighted Ghana's success in preserving forests and selling carbon credits, but also noted that the developed world needs to do more to incentivize pledges and commitments to adaptation efforts in developing nations. He really talks a good game. Construction has begun on a $1.7 billion school in Karasarabai, Region 9. The school, which is being built by Avinash Contracting, is expected to be completed in 2 years and will provide first-class education to 500 students in the classroom and 250 students in the dormitories. The school will offer modern science laboratories, TVET centers, a combined home economics and cafeteria area, teachers' quarters, and an outdoor sitting forecourt. In a controversial land case, a company seeking to take possession of 143 acres of land on the East Coast was described by a High Court judge as rubbish and bogus. The land had been sold by a local council to John Finance Limited, who subsequently transferred it to the trading company. But the sale was cancelled after it was discovered that the council did not legally own the land. The company, Mohammed's sons and daughters, attempted to claim the land, but withdrew their application in court. The judge ordered the company to pay the council's legal costs of $250,000 and criticized all parties involved in the case for their actions. Now for today's oil update. The government is preparing to auction 14 oil blocks in its exclusive economic zone, with a US $10 million signing bonus sought for each of the 11 shallow water blocks and a US $20 million signing bonus for each of the 3 ultra-deep water blocks. The government launched the 2022 Ghana licensing round in November, with the competitive bid round open to all local, regional, and international energy players. The licensing round will close in April of this year, with the expectation that the new model PSA will be applicable for awards by the end of the first quarter of this year. You can multiply your cash by selling Digicel Top-Up. This is a legit way you can earn some extra money at your business or to supplement your current hustle. Become a top-up vendor quick and easy by linking with Cellular Plus. Call them on telephone number 685-3109 for more info. Robbery season might be over, but the streets are still mean. That's why you need to get security for your home or business with Sheriff Security. Sheriff Security has well-trained guards, armed and unarmed patrol, Marine Patrol, K-9 services. These people even got drones. Why? Because your security is their highest priority. You've seen the rest. Now hire the best. Hire Sheriff Security Service today. Now for our Uncut News Viewers Poll Question of the Day. Every day we pose a question about current events in Ghana, the region, the diaspora, and how you feel it relates to us. Last night I asked, what's an issue that is not getting enough coverage in your opinion? But before we get to that, I'm proud to announce our latest addition to the Noble Army, Richard Singh, who is supporting us at the reporter level, the highest level of monthly support we've received so far. So thank you, Richard Singh. And also, a special thank you to David Griffith, Dion Nascimento, Project Zero, and Dimitri V. I appreciate you all. And if you're watching at home and you'd like to support our movement, just hit the link in the video description. Dimitri V says bribery. The fact that they would rather accept a bribe than take you into the police station is a big, big problem. And I'm saying this as someone who has never or will love police of any kind. The people that they are trying to protect and serve are only concerned about filling their wallets. What about the amount of people that are on TikTok for any social media? You would think that they would try to report stuff more often. You would think so, but it seems like a lot of more people are more concerned with talking about more frivolous stuff instead of the things that matter. Deslin Andrea White says, Why does it always take so long to get a reply when applying for land in Guyana? You gotta know somebody who knows somebody to move ahead. Some people have been waiting so many years with no reply. It's annoying. You're absolutely right. In fact, my application has been there for close to a decade now and still no response. Richie K says, struggling, decent, hardworking people are being punished by archaic laws for cultivating harmless cannabis. Time to legalize it. Legalize it. Don't criticize it. And finally, Barefoot Wanderer says, noise pollution. Constant honking from cars, as well as loud music box in cars, which can be heard at all times of the day and night, even 5 a.m. You know, it's absolutely absurd. Now for tonight's question. Inflation may have stabilized some, but I know things are still difficult for people out there. So, tonight I want to know, how are things going for you with inflation? Is it too much, or are you just finding ways to make it? And how? I want you to think about that question. Tell us in the comments below. If your response is good enough, we just might feature it in our next episode. Anyway, that's all the time we have for tonight, and check us out tomorrow for another. Until then, I'm Rico Bulford saying, good night, folks.